Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Caradonna Masters Series. Today, we will be traveling to the beautiful island of Cozumel, and our host will be Carla Durand, sales manager from the Presidente InterContinental Cozumel Resort and Spa, and Jorge de la Fuentes, the owner of Scuba. And they are open and they are ready to take us on a beautiful journey to Cozumel. And at the end of the session, we'll have a 15-minute question and answer session with our agent, Kim Mackey. So without further ado, go ahead and take it away. Thanks, Carla. Thanks, Jorge.
Thank you very much, Elisa. Thank you, Caradonna, for the opportunity of being here today with all of you. We are very happy. And as Elisa said, we are just going to go ahead and go to the beautiful, unique island of Cozumel. We're going to visit Presidente InterContinental Cozumel Resort and Spa, which is a beautiful dive resort located in front of the Marine Park. Very convenient location that you're going to see through the presentation. And I would like to start this saying that we just got our safe travels approved by the World Travel Tourism Council. The Cancun destinations, Cancun, Cozumel, Riviera Maya, were the first area in all of Mexico and actually America to receive these certificates. So that is a great guarantee for safety for your travelers. We're gonna discover different things in Cozumel. We all know the main activity and what we are all looking for is the diving, but there are also nice other things to do while you have a vacation in Cozumel that you can visit in between dives. So we have the Chancanap National Park and the Punta Sur Ecological Park, which are a very nice area to go for a few hours and experience a little bit of the local attractions. We also have San Gervasio, which is our Mayan ruins. And yes, there are not huge ruins like you find in the Yucatan Peninsula in other areas, but they are very important and they were very sacred for the Mayans, as this was the home of Ichel, who was the Mayan goddess of love and fertility. So for those looking for a diving honeymoon or anniversary, Cozumel will be the perfect place for both things, diving and romance. And of course, as you know, only the side of the island that is populated is the main tourist area with the downtown. The rest of the island is all natural reserve. And a very nice thing to do one of the days you're visiting Cozumel is to rent a car or a scooter and go around the island and visit the beautiful beaches on the other side, have a nice mojito and swim in those beaches. So that will be a nice thing to do in Cozumel. And of course, the diving and the snorkeling that are our top activity. And you know that you cannot find a better place that has everything for divers, which means that the reefs very close to shore. The snorkeling just in front of the resort is amazing. And as we're gonna see a little bit later, all the details with Jorge, all the different reefs and dive spots that we have on the island. The hotel, as I was saying, has a great location. It's only 10 minutes from downtown. That makes it very nice for those travelers who want to experience the local food, the local restaurants and bars in the downtown area. Only 15 minutes away from the international airport and 10 minutes from the ferries. So the different ways to arrive to Cozumel, before all this pandemic situation, we used to have all the direct flights that you can see on this presentation from different cities in the United States and Canada and domestic, of course. Some seasonal, some all year long. As of now, the direct flight from Dallas is coming in every day, and the flight from Charlotte is coming every Saturday. We should be starting receiving flights from Houston in the next following weeks during July or August. And of course, you know that Cancun Airport received flights from everywhere, even though they're less than they used to be. Starting little by little, you have a lot of connectivity to the Cancun Airport, and going to from Cancun to Cozumel is very easy as well. and that is something that we can help you arrange as well. So you have all these opportunities to arrive to the island. Now I'm gonna run a little video so you can see all the aspects of the resort. What did you think? You enjoyed it? These were only 3 minutes, so imagine how a full vacation is gonna feel in this beautiful resort. So here is the layout of our property, and here I want to point out different things. Well, first of all, in Presidente InterContinental, what you're going to find is a very relaxing ambience. It's a very exclusive resort, and as you can see, it's very spread out. We have over a half-mile of beachfront property, so everybody feels that they have their own space and exclusivity within the resort. We have 3 buildings. Only the back building is 5 floors. The other 2 buildings that you can see are only 2 floors. So all the rooms in the first floors are going to be either ocean front or pool access, like you can see by the marina on the left side. And all the rooms in the second floors are luxury ocean view rooms. So you have oceanfront views that are magnificent. Everything is in the center of the resort, where you have the swimmable beach. You have our big restaurant, which is the Big Palapa, the infinity pool, and Le Cap Beach Club, and you have some valley beds on top of the water. So no matter what room category you choose, depending on which area of the resort you are, everything is very accessible for everybody. Total rooms is 218, so it's not a huge resort. It's a nice size resort. And as you can see in the picture, we don't have any neighbors, so the hotel is completely private. On the left side, on the north, we have the entrance to the marina, and on the right side, we don't have any neighbors. We are located just in front of Paradise Reef. This is a view of our central beach, the swimmable area where you can see also the valley beds on top of the water, the view of our infinity pool. We have a second pool, which is our tranquility pool, that is located on the north side of the resort. So all the luxury pool view and the standard pool view rooms are around this pool area. So even if the whole property is a very quiet resort, very relaxing, very zen vibe, we have this second pool. Kids are allowed, but it's much more of a tranquility pool, like to read a book in the afternoon, maybe do some swimming in the morning in a very relaxing area. By the pool, we have our jacuzzi area, and we have also these pool cabanas. Those can be rented through the day, but the rental fee goes through whatever you eat and drink during the day. So it's more like a minimum consumption than a fee that you just paid. So these are the same way as the ones in the water by Le Cap Beach Club. The difference, because of the locations, these include a plasma TV, a mini bar, and a safety deposit box. And well, now with the social distancing and all these new rules that we have, I am sure these are going to be even more popular than before. Our lobby area and check-in area also, as you can see, it's very spread out, very open air. So with the new regulations, it's very easy for us to do the check-ins in a very exclusive way. We used to do them before anyway, so now it's even easier for us, so everybody has enough space and we can practice the social distancing. And we're going to review a little bit later. I'm going to talk to you also about all the safety protocols that have been put in place, both at the resort and of course the dive shop. We have 7 different room categories. All of those can be booked directly with your Caradonna team. We have the standard pool view room. These are around the tranquility pool. These and all of our rooms are available in either 2 beds or a king size bed. These are located in the 5-story building, 1st and 2nd floors. Then we have the tower ocean view rooms, our 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor of the same building. As you can see, there are very spacious rooms with a very nice living room area connected to the room, plus a huge bathroom with a bathtub overlooking the ocean. So these are also very nice rooms. This is the 2nd category. We go back to the 1st floor and we have our luxury pool view rooms. Starting in this room category, all the rooms with 2 beds were changed from double beds to queen size beds. So for a group of divers traveling together, sharing rooms, this is very comfortable because of the size of the beds, the size of the rooms. As you can see, our rooms are very, very spacious. Also for families traveling with a couple of kids, it makes it very convenient. All the rooms in the 1st floor, no matter if they're looking at the pool or looking at the ocean, they have a private terrace, and you can access your room by the terrace. So you don't have to go all the way through the hall to the lobby or to the central beach. You can close and open your room with your room key from the door of the terrace. We jump to the 2nd floor and we find our luxury ocean view rooms. As you can see, it's exactly the same style, the same decor. The rooms were totally renovated at the end of 2016 and 2017, the last ones. And that's why you see a different decor starting in the luxury pool view room. The only difference is the color. So we're going to take you through the different rooms, and you're going to see what we try to do is to match the different tones of blues and greens and turquoises that you see only in the beautiful ocean of Cozumel. In the first floor, with direct access to the beach, our most popular and wanted room category is our luxury beachfront room that not only has a direct access to the beach with a private terrace, but also a private patio with an outdoor shower. And on the north side, by the marina area, we have our reef rooms. So we change colors. We are here more into the greens. And as you can see, it's like you go out to your terrace and you're almost inside of the water. So this is considered to be the most exclusive area of the resort. In this area, we only have 19 rooms, which are 5 suites and 14 reef rooms. So for those who want to be pampered and feel very exclusive, I highly recommend this room category. Of course, our suites, which are magnificent, very close to the water with private plunge pool, or our presidential suites with 2 pools, a small one plus a plunge pool, a huge living area, TV, and of course, all the exclusive amenities with the InterContinental standards. This is the one that is by the marina. So for a family in that area that want to have that exclusivity and that privacy, it's a fantastic option. In difference to many of the resorts in Cozumel and in Mexico in general, in the beach areas, we are not an all-inclusive property. We are an EP property. However, with the bookings through Caradonna, the daily breakfast is included as an added value. We have 4 different options. This is Caribeño, is the big palapa we saw by the beach. This is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it has different menus, international menu with Mexican specialties and regional dishes as well. So this is where the breakfast that is included with Caradonna will be served. We used to have a buffet breakfast that was magnificent. Due to the new regulations, for the moment, we are not doing the buffet. However, as you have the breakfast included, it's a la carte, but no limit. So you can have whatever you desire from a la carte that has everything that we used to have in the buffet. And I believe that according to how things are moving in this new era that we are living, we will go back to the buffet, but an assisted buffet, so we can make sure that everything is safe and in individual portions for every client and assisted by our staff. Just in front, we have Le Cap Beach Club. This is our Mediterranean restaurant, very nice open area where you can have the sea breeze all the time with magnificent food, great cocktails. This is open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So for lunch and for dinner with 2 different menus. And then we have 2 restaurants for dinner only that are closed, air conditioned, but always with the view of our private cove. This is Alfredo di Roma, which is our Italian specialties, and Faro Blanco, which is our coastal specialties restaurants. Both restaurants have also a terrace, so dining outside is also an option. And for those who are coming for a special romantic occasion, we can set up private and romantic dinners in different areas of the resort that are just magnificent. And not only for couples, it can be a private dinner for friends on the beach. We can do different things. Now, with, of course, the new regulations of group size and social distancing that we have to provide all the time. We can even do weddings, of course, at the resort. We can go underwater. Jorge and I will go with you as your witnesses, and we will make sure that everything goes perfectly on a nice and different wedding. The newest thing in our resort, it's our spa. This was completely renovated at the end of last year, so we just reopened in November, so it's brand new. We have 6 different cabins, doubles for couples and individuals, of course, and the whole circuit of pools and water steam room. And we also have a temazcal, as you saw in the video, which is like a Mayan sauna. We are the only hotel on the island to have it on premises. Activities for everybody at the resort, for the families, for the couples, for the single friends traveling. Of course, we have our kids club and our gym. Those two, as of now, as Elisa said at the beginning, we are open. We just reopened last Friday, June 12th, with our first arrivals, our first check-ins. And due to the government regulations in this first opening phase, the kids clubs and the gyms are not allowed to be open yet. So we are getting new information every week from the government to open different areas at the resort. So these, for the moment, are the only two services that are not available at the resort. We have tennis courts, we have a putting green, we have a souvenir store as well, and convenience store within the premises of the property. Here is a little list of the different features and services that we provide. Some of them we already saw them during the presentation. We also have, of course, 24-hour room service that is available since we opened. We have our business center. We have bicycles that are available for guests at no additional cost. We have an in-house doctor. The paramedic is always available at the resort from 9 to 5. And besides that, it's always on call. We have two completely furnished rooms for handicap accessible, and the whole property is accessible in wheelchair. So we don't have big stairs. We have either the elevator for the 5-story building, and the rest, it's all ramps. So the hotel is very accessible as well. All of our guests get complimentary internet. And of course, we have the facility for the car rental, the photo service, and tour desk. And our main partner, which is Scuba that we're going to see in a little moment, our Paddy Dive Center. As I was saying at the beginning, we have very strict and very complete cleaning and safety protocols. The ones that you see right here, it's a document of several pages that has been forwarded to Caradonna, so they can provide you with any specific details, and you can always also contact us, of course, for more information. So this is our Grupo Presidente safety protocols that applies for all the Presidente InterContinental properties in Mexico. And we also have, of course, the protocols that are very similar from IHAG, the Clean Promise. So being part of this great hotel chain, we have all the support that everything has been checked. These months allowed us to review all these new rules and to implement a lot of things at the hotel, to train all of our staff in the different areas to provide the best service, of course, with these new safety protocols. And of course, Scuba and Jorge will tell you a little bit more, has implemented, of course, for all the dive operation, dive boats, the staff, the equipment, everything, the safety protocols as well. So they are located right there at the resort, and with no further delay, this is where I'm gonna stop talking a little bit about the resort. I hope you enjoy going through it with me, and as Lisa said, we'll have questions at the end if you have any. And right now we're gonna pass you a great video of Scuba diving in paradise. Thank you very much.
I see the moon, I see the moon, I see the moon. Oh, when you're looking at the sun. Not a fool, not a fool, not a fool. No, you're not fooling anyone. Oh, but when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone, oh, baby, all the lights go out. Thinking of that, baby, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong. Come back to me, baby, we can work this out. Oh, baby, come on, let me get to know you just enough.
Ready?
Perfect. Thank you. Jorge, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Carla, and thank you to Caradonna for helping us to each other to try to move forward with this situation that we have all over the world. And let me tell you a little bit about Scuba Do. Scuba Do was created in 1992. It's been 20 long years since we've been running the scuba business. And all those 28 years we have been at the Presidente InterContinental. So this has been an amazing marriage that has been working perfectly. We keep our level of service to the utmost as the same as the Presidente Intercontinental. So when you are at the hotel, you really can't tell the difference between which one is which. The dive store is located in two sites inside the hotel, one behind the main restaurant, as Carla mentioned, which is El Caribeño. We're just right behind them. And the other location is right on by the concierge on the front desk. So you can look for us in either one of them. And we are open from 7:30 in the morning until 7 p.m. In regular basis. Right now, we're opening at 7:30, but we're closing at 6 p.m. because of the virus situation. Scuba Do is a company that is being run by 32 staff members. And you're talking about from accounting to Victor and Carlitos, which are the VIP guys that they clean your equipment. And if you want to check the reviews on TripAdvisor, these two guys are magnificent, how they clean your equipment every day, and they work really hard to do so. The company owns 5 custom dive boats. We have two 28-footers, which is the ones on the right side of your screen. And those are the ones we call in Cozumel the fast boats. And we put 7 people maximum on the boats. Then you have Scuba Do 4, 2, and 1 in this same situation. That's Scuba Do 1. That boat holds 14 to 16 divers maximum. If you have a group of that large, we can fit you with no problem at all. But usually in regular basis, we don't put more than 12 to 14 divers max. The capacity of the dive masters, we have a philosophy that it's 7 people per dive master on the boats, no more than that. So for example, if we have 10 divers on the boat, one dive master will take 5 people and the other one will take the other 5 divers. And when they jump in the water, they jump separate from each other. So you're not diving with 10 divers at the same time. That's Scuba Do 2. And a Scuba Do 2 and a Scuba Do 1 and a Scuba Do 4, they all have a head. We all have rinse tanks, and of course we have oxygen from Dan, and we have BHA radios for safety and procedures. In this boat, the maximum capacity is 12 divers. It's very comfortable. All the big boats, which is the 3 of them, they have ladders and a platform for entry and exit, which is very convenient. The next one will be Scuba Do 4. I don't know if we have a picture of that one, but it's pretty similar to this boat, but without the cabin. It has the same canopy as the Scuba Do 1. And that one holds also 12 divers with the same amount of dive masters, 2 dive masters for each 7 divers. The complexity of the diving and for the level of the clientele that we're receiving in the Presidente Intercontinental, the sky is the limit for anybody who wants to. And an example, we have a lot of clientele that they said, I want to have the boat for myself. Done. I want to have a private dive master, even if I'm going with the regular trip. Done. Whatever you want, we can try to do it. All the boats, they come as you saw on the video. The service that we provide is we provide fruit, we provide sweetbread and facial towels after you dive. Unfortunately, right now, with the situation that we're encountering, um, the only thing that we're not providing is the towels and the sweetbread for the reasons that we're talking about. We will only be providing the fruit, and the fruit will be, unfortunately, only bananas and mandarins or maybe apples. We will not be able to do watermelon and cantaloupe because we don't want too much contact between each others. Um, Unfortunately, right now, because of the federal regulations, we are not allowed to do night dives. So night dives are canceled until further notice. And as Carla said, every week we're getting new information and we will keep updated, Caradonna or yourselves, if you contact us directly, uh, what we're going to be able to do and what we're not going to be able to continue doing. Um, at our instructor levels, all our instructors are PADI and NAWI certified. A lot of them, they have many, many years of experience, a friend of mine's as well. And we can teach from a DSD, Discover Scuba Diving, to a Dive Master course. All they can do, of course, as you know, online, you can save money, time, and relax while you are in Cozumel and at the hotel. So you don't have to spend all your vacation reading your manual. So that's the option that PADI offers, and as well as us. And you can go online and PADI.com, and you will click on Scuba Do. Uh, and 2643 is our PADI Dive Center, or you can look at it on in our website, scubado.com, for all the information so you can get certified. We have referrals that you can come and just do 2 days of your training and you're done if you don't want to do the whole thing. So we have all the different levels of courses. Now, when you go on your diving trip, our regular time to depart is at 8 o'clock in the mornings. And our two tank, if we have a minimum of 4 divers, will depart again in the summer at 2 o'clock and in the winter at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. As the hotel, we are open 365 days of the year. We never close the dive store. And only in Christmas and New Year's, we only have a 1-2 tank trip dive at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So people can relax in Christmas and New Year's parties, and if you want to have a little drink, well, might as well. In that way, we try to prevent risks of decompression and people can have more time relaxing and degassing that little bit of alcohol, which you shouldn't have it. But some people, they want to party a little bit. So the departure is at 8 o'clock in the morning, and usually you come back around 12 to 12:30, depending the sites where we go. Cozumel reefs are the second largest reefs in the world besides Australia. And what makes magnificent and very different Cozumel than any other places, especially in the Caribbean, is our drift diving. We have a very steady current most of the time, and you just go down, get at your neutral buoyancy, and just like watching a movie, you just float underwater. All the diving is guided because of safety procedures and the currents. So how do we keep track of the divers? It's very simple. The boat captain follows the divers by the bubbles. And that's the main reason why the diving in Cozumel is we all dive as a group. You cannot spread out because otherwise the captain doesn't know where you are. And it's been working for all our life. And that's the way we do the diving in Cozumel. Your first dives usually in Cozumel, you are going to see, like in that picture on your right side, humongous amounts of coral formations, just like being in the Grand Canyon. It's beautiful. The passages that you go through, they're not caves, they're just pass through tunnels that you can get in and out, guided by the dive master, of course. And you don't see too much marine life on the first sites. You see those huge coral formation with beautiful sponges and gorgonias. After the first dive, you will remain on the boat for about an hour or an hour and 10 minutes, degassing And then we move to your second site, which is a shallower dive for around 50 feet of water. And the second dives is where the coral formations are smaller, but it's a lot of marine life. And it's a lot of marine life because you have a lot of current. So fish love to be around currents. After you do your second dive and you exit the water, all your equipment, when you dive with us, we enforce people to remove your equipment in the water, and you get out of the water just with your bathing suit, pretty much, or your wetsuit. We remove weight belt, BC jacket, mask, and fin. So it's easier for you. It's easier for us to manipulate all the equipment and for your own safety and comfort. If you allow us, our philosophy also is we set up your equipment and all the time at every dive. If you don't want us to do it, we don't have a problem. We just have to check that you have everything in place and you have your tank valve open for safety. And that's the way we run the diving. We try to keep as many small groups possible to give you more personal attention. When you arrive at the Presidente Hotel and you greet us at Scuba Do, if you have your own equipment, we keep your equipment if you like, and Victor and Carlitos will take care of the equipment. You will not see your equipment until the end of your trip, and it will look and smell magnificent. Don't ask me how they do it, especially when we are very busy, but they keep track of every single piece of equipment. And all what you have to do when is your next day of diving, you just check in at the dive store. We give you the equipment that you might need, or we give you the directions where you're going to be picked up, which will be around the Caribbean restaurant, where's the main dock, and that's where we depart every day. Now, as I said, on the night dive, unfortunately, we don't know when. Even short night dive is not allowed right now. So basically, no night dive whatsoever. Boat or short, we cannot do that until further notice. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what we're doing to keep everybody safe. We have created that protocol that we have to all engage, and not only because I try to do the best I could to design a protocol, but also by the federal government. We are being and imposed for good reasons the procedures that we have to engage and follow. For example, if you rent equipment, mouthpieces and snorkels will be brand new, and you have to bring your own, or we have them for sale at the dive store. When we rinse equipment, rental or your personal, at the dive store, we are following the protocols for safety, and we're using specific chemical fluids to disinfect equipment properly. As you are aware, Clorox is not allowed in diving equipment because it will ruin all the equipment. So all the chemicals that we're using, they're being approved by the United States and Canada. So we're following every single procedure step by step. When you're on the boats, our staff will help you to get in and off the boat, and we will have hand sanitizer in all the boats. And when you want to rinse your equipment, let's say you want to rinse your mask or you want to rinse your camera, for the same reasons, we're not allowed. This is not a regulation by the government, but it's a regulation by Scuba Do to prevent against any problems. We will not have, which we normally do, rinse tanks for cameras and masks on the boat. But on the boats, we have fresh water. So with the hose that we have from the pump, you will be able to rinse your camera and your mask as well. Every time you go into the restroom, it will be cleaned and sanitized by our staff, which they all will be using face masks and shields. The shields are a little bit more difficult, especially when the boat is moving because of the wind is blowing them away. We've been learning step by step, day by day, how to improve and how to implement all the rules that we are creating for the safety of everybody. Also, please, by regulations of the government, every single person on the boat, whether he's staff or a diver, they must wear a face mask at all the times. So if you have any further questions on that, you can email us, or you can ask Caradonna, or you can see the procedures that we have put in place there for your own safety. Other than that, that's the best that we're doing to keep everybody safe. And if we have a second trip, for example, the boat will be sanitized completely from the top to the bottom before the second trip starts. If you have any further questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. And thank you for taking the time to see this great video. And I wish that you can come back, the ones that they're always been coming to Cozumel, because the first time you come to Cozumel and you stay in this beautiful resort and you dive with Scuba Do, you'll be happy and you will be always coming back. What's the difference between anybody can take you diving, anybody can take you to Palanca Reef, anybody can take you to Santa Rosa Wall. It's just the way we do it is what makes a difference. Just the same with the hotel. We make a difference and we make it better than anybody else. Not trying to be pretentious, but that's a reality. And at the end of the day, you get what you pay. And it's not too much of a difference, trust me, from staying in other places. And once you get the service, you'll be surprised that it's very different. Thank you again, and stay safe.
Thank you, Jorge. And I just want to say that it's totally true what you just say at the end. And I invite everybody to check the specials that we have with Caradonna. You're going to be amazed by the great deals you can get to come visit us. Jorge, myself, and all of our staff are here waiting for you and hoping to see all of you very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you, Elisa. I leave it to you.
All righty. Thank you, Carla and Jorge. Very interesting information on your safety protocols, and certainly makes us feel very secure that when we are traveling with you, that you're going to take very good care of our clients, as well as myself when I make it down there, because I want to be under the palapa and having some nice lunch. The most beautiful palapa in Cozumel, in my opinion. So wonderful. So we're going to have Kim take it away right now on the questions and answers. We have a lot of questions and answers, questions that came up, so she'll go ahead and present a few. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Elisa. Nice presentation. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to getting back to Cozumel as soon as possible, obviously. Carla, we had some questions about the distance from town. If you have a shuttle that goes into town, or is it easy to just grab a cab, and how much would that cost if someone wants to go shopping or just kind of hang out around town for a couple hours?
Thank you, Kim. There are no shuttles in Cozumel. The transportation is done the only shuttle that exists is from the airport, and it's managed by the vans at the airport. Besides that, all the transportation around the different areas of the island is by taxi. The taxi is, they're always available at the door of the hotel, so you don't have to worry for that. It's only 10 minutes to go downtown, and the price is around $9 one way from 1 to 4 people.
Okay, that's very reasonable. And also, are you able to offer any kind of concierge services as far as like arranging a car rental for a day, or if somebody wants to do some kind of excursion on the island? Is that something that's easy to do?
Yes, of course. We have not only the concierge desk right there at the front desk to take care of all of our guest needs, but we also have a rental car and tour desk available.
Okay, great. And then, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, and concierge can arrange anything that you imagine. Like Jorge said before, whatever you need, we make it happen. That's what we do at InterContinental. So concierge will help you organize anything and has a lot of options. And as I will take this opportunity to mention also, as I said, we have 4 different restaurants in the hotel, but also a lot of our clients, especially the ones that come for more than 5 nights and that are repeat clients, they also like to go and have dinner once or twice downtown to the restaurants they know, or to experience local food. Our concierge desk can make all of the arrangements for those reservations or for any recommendation as well.
Okay, excellent. And then Jorge, we had some questions about the diving. We had some questions about the shore diving that's available, if there's any shore diving right at the resort, and how the snorkeling is as well.
Yes, we have shore diving. The hotel has almost a kilometer of long beach, and it's very accessible. You can get in the water from the main beach or from the little one, the main little bay that is next to the dive store. It's only about 15, 20 feet of water. So it's really nice. And we have what is left from so many years, a sunken barge, which is full of lots of fish. So to do your checkout dive, or if you after you 2-tank dive and you want to make an afternoon shore dive, it's very easy, and it's a lot of marine life right in front of the hotel. For snorkeling, the same way. The hotel has buoys in both sides of the property, so the snorkelers feel safe, and from the boats and the jet skis that they are moving on the offside of the shoreline. And again, it's a lot of interesting creatures to see in both the beach dive and the snorkeling. On the snorkeling, just to remind again, if you rent snorkel equipment, you will be provided with a brand new snorkel on a package, and it's either you can return it or you can keep it for yourself.
Okay, excellent. We had a question from Susan on Facebook. She was asking if you do dives to Maracaibo and ledges.
Okay, we do trips to Maracaibo and Punta Sur as well. However, for safety procedures, always the policy for that, for Scuba Do, is you need to dive with us at least one day on a regular 2-tank dives, and the dive masters will evaluate how you dive, and they will decide if we can take you to Punta Sur or Maracaibo. And we need a minimum of 4 people to launch the boats to those sites.
Is there an extra charge for that?
No, we charge the same.
Okay, great. And then I think we just had a couple more questions. We had some people asking about when your opinion is for the best time to go as far as diving conditions go, and also the distance to most of the dive sites, the average time to get out to them.
The distance to the dive sites, it depends on which boat you're going to be, the small or the fat or the big ones. The big ones doesn't mean that they're slow, or nevertheless cattle boats. On the small ones, will take about 30 minutes to get to the sites. If you want to go all the way to Colombia, Punta Sur, will take about another 10 more minutes. And on the big boats, will take about 45 minutes to get to the sites.
Is that to the regular sites or just those Maracaibo and
Those are the
ledges?
regular sites.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, if you want to be more specific, if you want to go to Santa Rosa Wall, well, on the big boat is only going to take 30 minutes, and on the small one is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes max. So the further you go, you keep adding 5 to 10 minutes difference. But if you ask me, okay, I want to go all the way to Colombia, it will take about 45 minutes in the big boat. It's pretty far.
Okay, and then what about your opinion on best time to go down there?
The best time to come to Cozumel, personally, I mean, all year round is beautiful. But if you want quiet and less humidity, I believe from November to the end of March, it's quite beautiful. It's not as hot. But hey, if you come from the United States, Canada, or places where it's cold, you want to come anytime. The water temperature in the winter, it's about 75 degrees. And in the summer, it's about 82 degrees. So in either one, you will be very comfortable with a shorty wetsuit. You don't need a full wetsuit unless you're a person that gets cold pretty quick. Other than that, in the summer, a lot of people, they don't even wear a wetsuit because the water is pretty warm. The visibility year round is about 80, 90 feet. In the summer, reaches more than 110 in the specific places, of course. May and June, usually we have a little bit of a strong currents. So if you like the challenge or you like the speed underwater, you come in those months. But that doesn't mean necessarily that any of the other months it can be just steady 1 or 2 knots speed. Sometimes, since it's a channel between Cozumel and the mainland, the Yucatan channel, the current sometimes can get a little strong. But for safety procedures, always also the dive masters, before they jump in, the clients in the water, they jump in the water and check the currents. And if they feel like the current it's a little bit too strong, they don't hesitate. They have orders that just get out of the water and explain to people, and they jump to another site.
Okay, great. I think that answers all the questions we had. Elisa?
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Carla and Jorge. Presidente, InterContinental, and Scuba Do is really such a beautiful property, and your team is always working, Jorge, behind the scenes very efficiently. And we hope to bring you a lot of business, and certainly everyone should treat themselves to a trip to Presidente. We certainly deserve it. So thank you again, and have a nice day, and we'll see you soon.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. We're waiting for you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios. Adios.